Better than Lego. Better than Lego.
Matthew Johns is in position for a long-range shot. He's with it now, Matthew Johns. Here goes the kick from Johns.
Welcome to John's Family Podcast for this week. Trisha, Cooper, Jack, how are we? Family? Keeping good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Jax looks good out there, look handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, bro.
What's happening up in Newcastle, Jack? What have you been doing, man?
No, not too much, mate. Just been a pretty solid training week leading into both grades in Canberra this week.
Yeah.
Jacko, we
Tough
actually
road trip.
need you home. We're really missing you at the moment. We think there's something dead under Cooper's bedroom.
Yeah.
So
And
Stu,
why would I help that?
Well, I don't know.
I think it might
You're
be-
you're
I'm
more
not sure
the
if it's an animal
MacGyver.
or his football career.
You're more the MacGyver of this family.
It's not funny.
Yeah,
This
mate.
is my career you're talking about.
That
Yeah.
is such a horrendous smell under there.
Oh,
honestly.
yeah, we just don't know what it is. If anyone's got any tips for us, please message us.
I went and had a sniff under there before, and I can't smell it. It's like something just sitting just underneath the floorboard.
Yeah, so I put some silicone in
It's not
between
stuffing. There's something been stuffed down there, as there,
between
Cooper.
in between the
Some tissues.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've got a bit of an Olympic theme introduction today.
Do you know why?
Yeah, the Olympics are a year away.
They are. Do you
Thanks.
know where they are?
Yeah, they are.
Where?
It's in Paris.
Oh, very good. Is that
Yeah.
because I wrote it down for you?
No, it's not on here. I've been
We're
studying.
going. You know I'm going.
To the Olympics.
I've got going over Fox Sports. Do you know what they're doing for the opening ceremony? They're going to have the opening ceremony down the Seine. Seine?
The same, I
Seine.
think.
Oh, look, it's just some water moved in one direction. It's all the Seine. So, they're going to do it down the Seine. Should be a great Olympics.
So you are going, or that was a joke?
No, I'm
thought
going.
I thought they should have done it more at the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah, it's easy for you to say. No, they're doing it down the Seine. It'll be something special. It'll be a good Olympics.
There's so many bridges there. That's going to be very interrupted. Anyway, whatever.
I think they'll find a way. It
Yeah.
should be okay.
But-
They'll get over it.
But as we're introducing you today, Dad, let's start with you. If you're an Olympic event, which would you be and why?
I would say the opening ceremony. It's the glitz and the glamour and the pageantry, flag waving, tracksuits. It's all happening.
Yeah, very good. Jack?
I went with badminton, Coop.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's trying to be something it's not. It's trying to be tennis, but it's not quite tennis, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's not quite table tennis. is
What
it?
about-
Shuttlecock.
what about you, Coop?
I had the 50-kilometre walk. I just thought it's a little bit of a useless event these days, the walk.
Is
I
that
don't
the
think-
one where they do the weird thing with their ass?
It's called power walking, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think it really rewards
Twitchy.
athletic ability anymore.
Hmm.
In
Do you
my
remember
opinion.
Jane Saville? Jane Saville got. She got. She was leading for Australia. She was actually going into the stadium, and a guy came up, just gave her a red card as he was going past. You got to have
1 foot
Yeah,
boys on the
it's-
ground.
It's
So it's just a weird. It's all technique based and not like actually who's the fastest.
it'd be bad
walkers.
for the pelvis, I reckon.
Yeah, it would be. Well, you Trish.
Okay, well, this might surprise you, but I couldn't decide. I went diving, but given that I can't actually dive off the side of a pool to enter the water, that probably isn't my go.
Pin drop.
I went gymnastics, artistic gymnastics, but because I'm a bit stiff and old, that probably wouldn't work either.
Right, I'll go another one.
Beach volleyball, because it's really sexy. However, I wouldn't be keen to have like
Yeah, you're
my
You wear
swimmers up my ass.
Maybe you could wear a tracksuit or a wetsuit.
So
maybe.
unfortunately, I landed with handball.
Oh, okay, it's fitting.
Boring.
Yeah.
But I did choose some for you guys.
Handball does actually work.
Because this year,
Not for a long time.
that's ball hand.
Finger ball.
They're introducing breakdancing this year. That's
Yeah.
the only new one. And I thought, Matt Johns, that had your name all over it.
Oh, I should get the street beaters out of
Yeah.
retirement.
Yeah.
Cooper, I thought
It's
you,
about 3 decades too late.
Yeah, I know. And a little bit more.
Cooper, I thought you could have done skateboarding.
I can't really skateboard. So
I know
don't how-
exactly.
Okay.
And Jacko, I thought BMX freestyling for you.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a mad BMX kid.
Hopefully, stand-up comedy comes into the Olympics.
Great one, Coop.
Hey,
Great one.
some of those foreign nations have weird senses of humour. You'll be funny somewhere, Jack.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone in Iceland.
Hey, Trish, Matt, let's start with your week.
Very busy.
Yeah, I could
We
tell.
went to Henson Park on the weekend, met a lot of your people, Jacko. I actually know who your
Sorry?
people are.
What do
Met a
you
lot of-
mean by my people?
Like a lot of fans.
So we didn't know. We were driving there for Cooper's game, and our neighbour Marty was going. And as we were driving there, I said, "Oh, mate, they had that big festival." And he goes, "That is today. 11,000 people at Henson Park."
However, They only ever announce, is it 8,972 every
Every
game?
time, because that was the last ever game that Newtown played in the New South Wales Rugby League, or now is known as the NRL. That was the official crowd name.
Yeah.
Normie, who's over the loudspeaker, he announces that every game.
Even
whether
if there's
they're
2 people in the crowd.
2 people there, 200,000, it'll always be 8,900.
Yeah. So your people are the cool cats.
Well, the
The
hipsters.
Uber. Yeah, the hipsters, Jack.
So,
A lot
so
of love for
hipsters-
you.
You're saying hipsters like me?
Yeah. And requests for the
Interesting.
recipe of the week to continue.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see about
I
that.
tell you what, I had a
Interesting.
great Cuban sandwich there.
Oh, yeah, I know we waited a long
Yeah,
time
wait,
for it.
only
It was
took us-
very good.
It took us 3 weeks to get it, but anyway, nonetheless, it was good. Sampling all the beer there, it was a lot of fun. Parking ferries worked a treat, Trish.
Oh, the parking ferries. I haven't told everyone about the parking ferries. Cooper introduced me to the parking ferries. I've used them 3 times and 3 in different places every time.
But
they work every time.
One thing that has remained the constant, you took acid before you summoned.
So, Cooper,
parking
it's your
ferries.
thing. You share it.
The parking fairies. So in the glove box, there's a secret society that live in everybody's glove box of fairies. So they're called the parking fairies, and basically their sole purpose is to find you a park. So you open, whenever you're trying to get a park, you open your glove box. I'm not high, by the way, guys. Open
Hopefully
your glove.
there's no
Wait till the best bit.
drugs in the glove box.
Yeah, open your glove box, and what you have to do from there is just sort of let the fairies out into the atmosphere, and then they'll find you a park. But then after you find a park, it's usually within 5 minutes. But then after you have to find a park, because they've sort of served their sole purpose, you need to kill them and send them to heaven. So
Well,
by
you
killing them,
Terrific.
you have to eat them.
Yeah, you
so
have
you
to
got to
eat
eat the
them.
fairies.
That's
but
a
then
bit
when you
weird.
close your glove box, it regenerates and goes again.
Yeah, you get new ferries apparently for the next part. But I have to say, I reckon within 2 to 3 minutes, it's happened. And you've been with me once, Cooper. I reckon it was 1 minute, and Jack, Matt, you've been with me twice, and that was within 2 minutes.
On a brighter
and I'm
note,
not high.
talking about fairies, me and Trish went and watched Barbie last night. Had some strange look when we walked into the cinema, watching Rugby League's Ron's toughest man walking to see Barbie.
Yeah, it didn't help that you
What-
wore a
what's the
pastel
buzz?
blue. Yeah, I know.
I,
Won't
did-
it
I was
Bernard?
dressed like Ken.
Spotted.
Yeah,
pastel blue jumper. I went, did you do that on purpose?
yeah. It was a. You know when you watch a movie and you're ready for it to be over? That was me after 10 minutes.
Really? Didn't like it.
It's a pretty
I fell
good
asleep.
concept, but
No, it actually, I enjoyed the first bit of it. Like the storyline was quite good. And then it lost me and then I fell asleep. I was very tired.
yeah, I was considering a walkout
I mean,
at one point.
they've been marketing the hell out of it, haven't they?
Oh, I can see that like an entire demographic would absolutely love it. And I didn't mind it.
Yeah, kids
and I
under
enjoyed the
5.
first bit. But then that was enough.
What are you boys? What have you been up to?
Jack, you got anything?
We played at Redfern on last weekend, which was quite good to go back to Redfern. Good crowd there too.
Good crowd, yeah.
But
Did you get
I
any
had
love?
Cooper Johns. I had Cooper Johns earlier in the week visiting me, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a bit sad when you find out, your brother's actually in Newcastle and he doesn't tell you he's in Newcastle.
Well, I didn't want to take your focus off the game, so I just thought I'd see you after.
It's good, mate. You're always thinking. Always
Think about
thinking
others.
of your bro.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Is that all you got for your
quite
week?
a-
what did you bump into him and that's how you...
Yeah. Don't know. It was weird. It's just coming across him in the street. It was bizarre.
Really? Was that it?
No, I didn't come across him in the street. I rang him in the morning after he was out training, and I rang him and I said, "Come get a coffee." And then he said, "Where?" And I said, "I'm in Newcastle."
You went, Newcastle? Wow. What about you, Cooper?
Well, I've had a grouse week.
Grouse.
A couple good things. First one, Daly Cherry Evans, our dear teammate, left his phone at training last Thursday, I think it was. He was off to watch the Matildas in a rush. He left his phone there. So what me and a couple of my accomplices did was we learnt a new technique where if you don't have someone's passcode, you can still ask Siri for one of their contacts and send them a text.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense because if someone loses their phone, how to get in touch with them.
Potentially. Or I think
Yeah.
it's just a loophole.
flaw.
around it.
Loophole.
And so I and a couple of the boys thought it'd be funny to text someone in his contacts, because it's his 300 game coming up this week, asking them, hey, mate, we were going to do Des, and we thought, let's not do Des. And I said, let's do Billy Slater. So I said, Siri, Billy Slater, and then the text I sent through was, hey, Bill, hope you're going good, mate. I'm I would really appreciate it if you could shoot through a really nice, heartfelt message for my 300th game next week so I can pass it on to the club. Hope the family's been well. And we were like kids in a candy shop. We were crying with laughter when we sent it. And then we just put his phone back down in his locker room and didn't say a thing. And then we sort of disappeared. And I got so excited. I rang Dad. And then I rang Harry Grant. And I was like, oh, Harry, how was it prank I just got him with? And he was like, oh, keep me updated with it. I was like, oh, sweet. So then the next day, he must have gone in to get his phone. And he shot a text in the WhatsApp group going, whoever texted Billy Slater off my phone, well done. And then he just sent a picture through of Liam Neeson, like with saying that he was going to kill whoever did it. Anyway, so I thought I'd got away scot-free. Anyway, a few days later, I see him today, and I said, oh, that's a good prank they got you with. I said, whoever did that is a real good prank. And he said, yeah. And then, meanwhile, I didn't know. Him and Slatsy had been exchanging text messages about it. Billy actually knew straight away that it was a prank. He just must have figured it out. And then when I texted Harry about it, Harry must have been so excited to figure out what happened. So he texted Ches the next day going, hey, Ches, mate, good luck for the weekend, mate. Just wanted to know, like, what's been going on. Any pranks lately? Or anything?
What a
Dead giveaway.
What a giver.
What an idiot. Basically, and then obviously Ches has just put it together going, well, nobody else is going to randomly ring Harry and tell him about a prank they did on me. So he's figured out it's me. So now I've been hiding my phone from training. I'm not taking it in anymore.
It's like someone shaving someone's eyebrows off and telling somebody, and they ring out, g'day, Coop, how you doing, man? What's been going on? Has anyone been getting their eyebrows shaved off? Or?
I know, it wasn't very good. So thanks to Harry for ruining that. But very good prank. I was very proud of it.
Excellent.
Do you know what I learnt on the weekend? Do you know why the Newtown Jets are called the Newtown Jets? Not you, Matt, because you told me.
Was there a tarmac there years ago?
Nah.
Is it because the planes go over there a lot?
Very good.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's right over the flight path.
Oh, yeah. I thought so because, honestly, they were that distracting.
It's that low.
Is that why you
it's
kicked 2 from
great.
7?
Yeah, that was...
It could have been the 40-kilometre gale winds.
Mate, it was not a puff of wind, not a breeze in the air.
Mate, it was
No,
that
it was
windy
cool.
out there.
You,
That's cool.
They had You've won the game convincingly. The only time the Newtown crowd got on their feet was every time you had a goal kick. They anticipated.
They were booing.
Yeah.
Well, what a great segue into...
It was actually called, originally they called the Blue Bags way
Was it?
back in the day. Then they changed to the Jets.
Why the blue bags?
Ball bags.
Because they're blue and, blue bags.
Why the bags?
Yeah, I don't know. Just keep that in the down low.
I think we better thank our listeners because we won an award.
Yes. The People's Choice Award.
The Reader's Choice. Oh, no, the Listener's Choice?
Listener's Choice.
Readers.
Yeah, and
I like
readers
reading.
too. Actually,
Educated
it
lot.
was Breeder's Choice.
Yeah, so thanks to all the people, our people that voted. That's really cool.
Thank you very, very much.
I don't know what it means. What does it mean, Gav?
Most
Yeah, I
popular.
know, but like, do we get something?
Yeah. Oh, we don't need that. We don't need anything. It's the thought that matters
I'd
for
like
us.
a
Right.
shirt.
Thanks
Maybe
to
a
all of our...
shirt or a trophy. Just put it in my empty trophy cabinet. Only joking, next to the one I got for the interview of the year. No
Have
worries,
you got
guys.
one before? Have you had an interview?
You got a
of the
big
year?
one.
Yes.
News.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any low?
Who'd you interview?
Joey? It
Yeah,
was Joey,
actually,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Another leverage off his brother.
Yeah, that's true. It's a fair
Wow.
call, Coop.
Thanks.
I'll wait for the reconciliation. Hasn't happened yet.
And
Won't be happening.
listener Matt suggested that our podcast is the equivalent of Seinfeld. He says, a show about nothing.
I don't know if that's a
Is that
compliment
it?
or not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
And I
Well,
went,
on the subject of that, Coop, maybe just dive into your nasty review.
What a horrible segue. Well, originally, a lot of the shit I copped last week was out at Newtown at Henson Park because of my goal kicking. It was very windy in my defence out there, but 2 from 7 wasn't that bad. It wasn't that
hang
good,
on,
sorry.
the two were right in front of the sticks.
Yeah, the 2 that I got. The other ones are on the sideline with the crazy winds. It was like a hurricane out there. So this was a couple of the messages. I actually received messages as soon as I got into the locker room. Usually this happens after playing NRL because people just hammer you straight after, but this was a little change of pace. At least your goal kicking is better than recipe of the week, one of our listeners said who was out there, which I thought was brilliant. If your goal kicking, a lot of recipe of the week references as well. If your goal kicking was a recipe of the week, it would have been a roasted turd spaghettini,
Is that an Italian dish?
which was, it is Italian. And then the last one, I did a promo last week for NBA Australia with Tim Zhu, Dyson Daniels, and Xavier Cooks. The Xavier Cooks and Dyson Daniels are a couple of young NBA players.
You can get to where water can't. Seriously, arthritis, you're in every joint eventually.
Anyway, but they took a picture of us and I reposted it, and one of our listeners said, 3 athletes and 1 dead shit. And then I just never replied. And then half an hour later, he goes, "You're the dead shit, by the way."
Thanks, Scoop.
I said, "Yeah, I know. Thanks."
Yeah, very.
I forgot to actually mention it on last week's podcast, but on the previous Wednesday, I was getting out of my car and someone going the opposite direction on a main street had their head out the window while driving and yelled out, "Recipe of the week is shit." Yeah, I didn't really know whether to acknowledge it or not. I was quite rattled.
I tell you what, on that note, how about we push it forward, Coop?
Yeah.
Do recipe of the week now.
Yeah,
Give the punters what they want.
This week I'm going with my very own carbonara that I've made. Well, it's more like a bascaola. I wrote down carbonara, but geez, just get ready for this, listeners. This is going to really blow your minds. Okay, made for 2 people, right? Cut up finely 2 onions, cut up into small bits bacon, some small white mushrooms, 300 grams of spaghetti. Start boiling that, and then get those bacon, mushrooms, and onions sizzling along. Once they've been on the pan for at least over 10 minutes, chuck in some thickened cream, a little bit of parsley, a teaspoon of garlic, and just let that simmer, and then chuck in the pasta with a little bit of pasta water and mix it all together. It is a fantastic dish, and make sure you put pepper on it because it is. I made it for Cooper earlier in the week, actually.
Oh,
I'm actually really hungry now.
Yeah, you did. It was actually pretty good. It was pretty nice.
You do. So, what's the difference between boscaiola and carbonara?
Oh, wouldn't you
I think it's the. I'm pretty sure it's the fact that I put onion and mushrooms in it.
Okay.
We went to a restaurant in Rome once, remember that?
Yeah.
And we said, what's it famous for? They said, just all they do is carbonara.
Really?
And you
And
walked in there, it was unbelievable.
They did it in the cheese wheel, didn't they? They
it was
got it and they
amazing.
got the cheese from the wheel, like at the pasta.
Maybe it's the Italian in me or how I was brought up, but I'm very much a tomato-based pasta person.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
like
with
the
you.
cream. I love
Yeah.
the creamy.
When I think of
cheesy.
a nice pasta, a nice warm pasta on a Sunday, I think of that tomato base, the original tomatoes from Italia, where I was from.
Trish,
Italian.
so
Thanks, Stu.
southern Italy is known for the tomato base, and
Yeah.
north, more cream.
See, I think so. I know.
Yep, okay.
See Spanish, isn't it?
No,
Yes.
see,
Anyway,
see,
well,
senora.
let's on this beautiful note, let's go to a quick break and we'll be straight back with Jack's 5-1. Welcome back to the podcast. Jack, great recipe of the week just then. Great work. Now let's go straight into 5-1.
Really?
Let's get all your stuff over and done with really quickly.
So sweet. My 5-1 this week. Now that it's the Olympic theme, I've gone with countries in titles as my 5-1 this week. So number 5 starting is China Groove by the Doobie Brothers.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Very good song.
Number 4 I've gone with Sounds of Them. This is Australia by Gangajang.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yes, yes.
Should be a national anthem.
Should be out in the patio anyway.
Sorry, Trish.
Remember once before I referred to that song as Out on the Patio and
Yeah,
you're all going,
you did.
what?
Yeah, yeah.
I went,
Yeah,
out on the patio. And only then I worked it out. Anyway.
Sick. Number 3 I've gone with Surfin' USA by the Beach Boys.
Cool. I like that song.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jack.
I love it.
Number 2 I've gone with Living in America by James Brown.
Oh, fabulous.
From Rocky 4.
Oh, I love that song. Was it Urban Highways, Coast to Coast? Love James. Anyway, James Brown.
He's not.
Sorry,
he's writing stuff down.
I'm
Jack,
sorry.
you go.
No,
Are we all good?
Yeah.
Number 1 I've gone with Born in the USA. I think it's pretty stock standard. That was going to be number 1.
Yeah, hell of a song.
That is
Yeah.
a good
Hell of a
song.
song.
Good work.
Great country, man.
Yeah, nice. Hey, Trish, why don't you take some pop culture for us?
Guys, Tom Brady's found himself another model.
Oh, yes.
How
One
old?
for the good guys.
It's at an appropriate age. Irina Shayk. She used to go out with Bradley Cooper. Had a child with him.
Wow.
But she's got a bit of a track record.
Does she ever go out with just a normal bloke?
Nah. She went out with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, wow.
Kanye.
She certainly has a type.
Yeah, and well, that's a kind of a mixed bag. And Bradley Cooper, obviously.
2 shows.
Yeah, the girl
podcast,
just loves
radio
love.
Show. Yeah.
She loves love.
She loves love.
She's only got a child with Bradley, though.
Yes.
She bring me money.
Yeah.
Do you like Kanye? Dad? I'm looking at you.
I like Kanye.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm just singing that song.
Yeah, no. That's
What's
not
the
bad.
song?
Gold Digger.
Gold digger, gold.
Maybe that's who he wrote it about. I actually got something for our pop culture this week as well. Listener Alex passed on a bit of information for me. Dad's he's in a tipping comp for the Telegraph, and he's coming dead last at the
Oh,
moment.
no.
But the kicker is it's Dad and Buzz. Dad and Buzz have the same tipping ability.
Oh, Buzz is
And,
coming last
yeah,
too.
there's about 30 odd people in it. And
Johns.
I just thought, majority of people are in rugby league. But I thought, is there anyone in here who Dad really shouldn't be getting beaten by? The first person that came to my attention, Sunrise weather reporter Katie Brown, is beating Dad by a long way.
Well, she was a rugby league player, NRLW player. So
Is
there
she
you go.
Katie Brown?
Yeah, no shame in that.
Okay, no shame in that then. I'll let that go. Actor Brendan Cowell.
He's a Cronulla fan. He's a tragic.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's a
massive.
fan, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean he needs to be
Okay,
a former
keep going. I think
Newcastle
there's
great.
no shame so far.
Okay, I'd love to see you try to explain this one then. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, take it easy.
Massive
Oh, you know what?
South fan.
Yeah, that's it. He's a South fan, so he's going to pick them most weeks.
So was ScoMo. He was a Sharks fan. Doesn't mean he has the right to beat you.
Would you like to hear a little fun fact on that surname Albanese? I listened to a podcast the other day, which is going to be part of my here's shit you can impress your mates with, which is a new segment coming up soon. Is that Albania? I listened to a podcast on Albania, and it said when communism ended, Albania there was an Albanian diaspora, and most of the Albanians went to Italy. Hence the term, when you hear the name in Italy, Albanese, it means they've got Albanian roots. There you go.
So is he Albanian?
I'd say that his grandparents or his parents might have been Albanian.
Yeah.
And
wow.
then Italian?
I don't know. Well,
From Italy?
Italian citizenships. But yeah, that's where Albanese comes from.
Very cool.
Other Albanians of note was the great John Belushi was Albanian.
Really? I would love to see Anthony Albanese come out on the record and
And
say that you're
Alexander,
wrong.
I can just see the Daily Mail just going, breaking news,
Yeah.
Matthew Johns announces Anthony Albanese isn't really Italian.
And the other one, Alexander the Great's mother was Albanian.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay, nice.
Just spreading it around.
Mrs. Alexander the Great.
Well, we're also introducing a couple of new segments today. The first new segment we've got, Dumb and Dumber. This is
This one's
from Trish.
mine. Yeah. Okay, so people, I want you to send me some of the really dumb shit that people do and that you know of. So this is one. A girlfriend of mine came home to find her husband cleaning the toilet brush. He'd actually put it in the dishwasher.
This old shit breath.
And he's a very intelligent man.
Yeah, sure.
He's
yeah,
a
sure he is.
solicitor and
Yeah.
Well, he's
yeah,
booked-
he's a solicitor. 3 of the people's representative have gone to the electric chair. For parking fines.
I shall not name you.
You very much do see that people who are very book smart aren't exactly very street smart.
I see why he thought that would be what would work. I don't just think he thought about the sanitary.
Yeah. Where would you usually put it? Just hand wash it.
I think you just throw them out, honey.
I used it once, as a back
Yeah,
scratcher.
no, if they're back. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I brought it because Trish didn't like me using your brushes.
My-
Oh, you're using brushes on your back. So I went got the I gave it a little wash, a rinse, and used it as a
You
back
did
scratcher.
not.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah.
No, we're not
Worked
talking
a
about the
treat.
bath brush. We're talking about the toilet brush.
Yeah, I'm talking
in the
about-
toilet. You did not.
So I did the toilet
Mate,
brush.
Seriously, if you do that, you just kick me.
I give you a kick under the table.
Ow!
Trisha, never. I'm building.
Oh, that's disgusting. If you did that, I would send you out and never to return.
No, it's yeah. Is that the Dumb and Dumber?
Is that
Yeah.
well,
Well.
great segment, Trish. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's starting to
That
go
might
into
go- that might go-
recipe
It's a
of the
great
week.
segment.
Yeah.
Starting an adventure in a recipe of the week territory. Now our second new segment. Here's shit you can impress your mates with. This is Matty Johns.
Yes, what I'm going to do every week, people, happy rugby league to you and happy rugby league to you and your God-fearing families, is I come up with just a bit of a fun fact on certain things. In the future, I'll be doing things on the Yakuza, the Russian mob, etc., and so on and so forth. Today I'm going to kick off, talk about a guy called Jack Carlson, who was a con man, an escape artist, a thief, a genius. He spent much of his childhood in a boys' home, where he honed his skills and developed street smarts. Now, you want to know who Jack Carlson is? people. This is Democracy Manifest. Arrested for having a Chinese meal, a succulent Chinese meal. Get your hands off my penis. He touched my penis, people. You know your judo well. That is Jack Carlson. Now, he was arrested out the front of a Chinese restaurant in Brisbane's Fortitude Valley. Okay, so as I said before, he was an escaped artist. He had incredible street smarts. He was a con man. On one occasion, a friend of his was arrested, and while he was in court, his friend, Jack got several other of their mates to go into the courtroom, and as Jack walked in, they were hurling abuse and spitting on him, calling him a no-good copper. Now, the magistrate naturally thought Jack was a policeman or a detective. Jack walked up, put the handcuffs on his mates, and they left the courtroom and escaped and never found again. Okay, this is his theatrical performances. This is Democracy Manifest. In one of Jack's final stints in prison, he was in Parramatta Jail, his cellmate was a well-known playwright called Jim McNeil, who taught Jack how to act. And Jack got into acting and actually made appearances on the 60s TV show Homicide, which is an Australian show, and actually made an appearance on an American TV show, Matlock. There you go.
Yeah, wow.
And Jack died several years ago. So there you go. Rest in peace, Jack Carlson.
Well, I would. That is a very good. That's a very good resource of information.
If you want
for
to
a
know,
man.
if you want to know more about it, there is a book that has just come out called Carnage, which the first half of the book focuses on the life of Jack Carlson. Democracy Manifest.
How old was that video?
It was. Coop. I think it was 1989.
Because it blew up on social media about 5 or 6 years ago.
It got discovered again.
Yeah.
Yes. Chris Reason, who's a journalist on Channel 7, he was famous. He actually filmed that on the day and did the report outside of it.
Really?
Yes. And he said at Channel 7 for years and years, it was the done thing. When something would happen, they'd walk past in the corridor and someone would just yell out, "Arrested for a meal, a succulent Chinese meal."
Wow.
It is a great video.
It is a great video. Very iconic. It's almost as good as... if you can find some more information for next week's one, Dad, Rick from Arizona. I'd very much like to hear more about him as
I'll
well.
do my very best.
If you can do your best.
What is the most succulent thing at a Chinese restaurant?
I would say the Mongolian lamb, in my opinion.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's pretty tender.
I love a special fried rice.
Always good.
Is dumplings?
Peking duck.
Dumplings are there, aren't they? I love pork.
They're succulent.
Yeah, they are. I love prawn dumplings.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
steamed
Yeah,
prawn
same.
dumplings.
God, my mouth is watering between the
Yeah,
carbonara and
we're
the
going
prawn
to dinner
dumplings.
soon.
Yes.
Where are we
Because
going?
It's birthday week. We're going down the road to the pub for dinner.
Oh yeah, it is too.
Birthday week.
Might have a
this will be-
succulent Chinese, or
'Cause
should
Matt
we
has to
go?
work in his
Or should we
birthday.
go for a succulent Chinese meal?
No.
Okay.
It is. We've had a lot of birthdays in this house the last few weeks. haven't we?
was
July's a busy time.
Very interesting.
And Jack, you're October.
We'll go to a quick break and we'll be back with Cooper's Quiz. Welcome back to the podcast. We're at the pointy end now. We're about to head off for a nice Chinese succulent meal with the family, which is going to be good. Jack's over in Newcastle, so he won't be joining us. Isn't that right, Jack?
That's right, Cooper.
Maybe make yourself carbonara.
What a boscaiola.
I tell you what, you've whet my appetite. I might have a pasta tonight down at the pub.
But it's special Cooper's Quiz today. We're doing a Olympics theme,
Ooh,
Oh, I
it
love
says
it.
which is very good. But I must tell you guys, before I get into the questions, everybody has to select their favourite Olympic athlete of all time. That's going to be the name for your buzzer. Okay?
Kathy Freeman.
Kathy Freeman, Dad.
Muhammad Ali.
Jack.
Usain Bolt.
Oh, what a great athlete.
Oh, the fastest. Oh, yeah.
I was going to say Bolt, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll go Ali.
I'll go Kath.
Oh, Kath. Okay, I'll allow it. First question, okay? What is the record for the 100-metre sprint?
Bolt, it is 9.8 seconds.
Incorrect. You guys,
9.69.
that is incorrect as well.
9.72.
No, I'll give it to Matthew. He's the closest. It's 9.58.
Oh.
Yes, but Dad, chance at a bonus point here.
Yep.
If you can guess who holds it.
Oh.
Oh, Usain Bolt.
There it is. I knew he was going to get that.
That's not
Of course,
fair.
the one before that was Ben Johnson ran 9.74 in Seoul.
Did he?
And it was a slow track because it was a hot day too.
Oh, wow.
On the Tata.
Thanks.
Hakuna.
It's a bit of fun.
I'm just going to Google that while Cooper's doing, just to make sure you got your facts right there.
Fair call.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Don't give Anthony Albanese another reason to get angry.
Oh, God.
Okay, Jack, get aware of this. Are you ready?
Yep.
Which country did the Olympics originate?
Yep.
Oh.
Bolt.
No one said their
Pat.
Trish.
Bolt.
Oh, no, Bolt said it first.
Bolt said it first. Go.
Go on, Jack.
Which city or country?
Which country?
Greece.
Well, correct.
Bravo.
Well done, Jackson.
Olympia.
Now stay
His
tuned.
name's not Jackson.
Oh, you're very close, Cobb. It was 9.79.
Oh, no,
Well, that means I won.
No, he's talking
No,
about
that's,
this.
Oh, sorry.
yep.
Oh my god.
Yep,
Just listen.
Why
Okay.
would I listen to you, people?
Because I'm the quiz master. Okay. Question 3. It's 1-1. Trish is 0. What colours are the Olympic rings?
Ali.
Jack Bolt.
Dad?
Red, blue, yellow, black and green.
Correct. Very well done. Yeah, well done. 2-1. Trish 0. Nice work, guys.
I hate
Well done,
this game.
Trish. Well, this game hates you
This game
sometimes.
sucks.
Come on,
Number
just
question.
come on, give her a chance. Come on, you
No,
can,
no, no.
you can win one
I'm not,
monkey.
I'm not actually a big fan of the
You can run.
Olympics.
Come on, you can do a monkey
Okay.
brain.
Number 4. Michael Phelps holds the record for the most medals won at the Olympic
Ali.
Games.
Bolt.
Swimming.
You should have let me finish the question.
Oh.
Daddy's
Yeah.
now disqualified.
Yeah.
Let me
Oh,
finish.
hang on. Now he said 2, so he has to
No,
answer.
but because he buzzed in first, Jack gets it doesn't matter.
Quizmaster.
Quizmaster, I will.
Well, I can still answer.
Yeah, I know. Just let me finish it. God.
Hmm.
Jeez. Oh my God. It's very hard. Okay.
You need better T's and
Get the
C's.
parking ferries out.
Michael Phelps holds the record for the most medals won at the Olympics with 28. How many of them were gold?
Kath,
Bolt.
Trish?
5.
No, that's incorrect.
7.
I'll say 28.
Well, Dad is the closest.
Of course he is.
It's 23, but unfortunately, Dad was disqualified because of his early answer. So, Jack,
that's-
this is what I've been waiting for. 2-0. Trish, you are now out. I have
Thank
a tiebreaker
God.
question here that's going to send it into who wins the Cooper's Quiz for this week. Jack, amazing recovery because you've never won a Cooper's Quiz, I think, ever before.
I'm back.
I'm backing you, Jack.
Just be quiet. Shut up. Muhammad Ali lit the Olympic flame for the games, turning
Ali.
100.
Bolt.
Atlanta.
Atlanta is correct. Wow. Look at the vision.
Now we need the Rocky
Is
music
there
again.
a question to redeem or?
Athens was that was the '96 Olympics. Was 100 years, and it was the Olympics were desperate to get it to Athens to return it home, but Athens would do nothing. Greece would do nothing about their security. You used to be able to go through Athens airport with no metal detectors, no nothing, and they said unless you fix this, we absolutely cannot give you the Olympics. At the time, a lot of the hijackings and planes were coming out of Athens, and they said, no, we're not going to do it. And they said, we can't give you the Olympics.
You know what else is a weird fact? In ancient Greece, when they were doing the Olympics, the athletes used to wear absolutely nothing. Used to
Yeah.
be completely naked.
Nude.
That appeals to you, doesn't it?
I just think it's fascinating. I feel like I would feel very weird if I was competing athletically
Dangling
naked.
genitals.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
No, I would because
Be honest.
He prances around.
No, there
nude
is
all the
because
time.
there's such a thing, particularly in the football environment. We refer to it as footy dick. It's when you're doing athletics and your penis shrinks.
It does.
Goes and hides.
It nearly is like a turtle's head. Goes back inside you.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. It used to be really awkward. Mine used to strain because I used to tie mine around my back. And when it used to shrink, I just like pull the strapping. Anyway,
Is it okay?
hence the term tackle.
Before we go off, Trish, bit of feedback.
Yep. Now, big shout out to Rob and his under-14s Waratahs Club and the Emus Planed Footy Club. Big shout out to Bryce, who got his first try
Good
last
on you,
weekend.
Bryce. Well done.
I know, they sound like a really great club and really great people involved.
Emu Plains. It's a good
And,
area. A lot
yeah,
of good
and
players come out of Emu Plains.
Waratahs Club, yeah. Now, there was no love. Matt, you asked if you wouldn't mind if Tom Cruise wanted to take out your 20-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
people are minding.
What?
Yeah, people are minding.
Top Gun.
Yeah, people are minding. Although
Maverick.
Josh says, I wouldn't let him date my daughter, but he can have my wife.
Yeah,
then he
true.
can teach her some of those stunts that he does, like strap her to the motorcycle
Whoops.
and send her off a cliff.
Yeah.
A little harsh.
Oh, it's a little harsh.
Josh.
But I tell you what a ladies' man he is, old Cruise.
And anyway, the last one is a message from Luca in Tuscany, where our Glaswegian friend Jamie and his lovely Italian wife are having their honeymoon. Big listener. He asked you, Matthew, for some tips for a long and happy marriage with an Italian girl.
Okay. What it is, you've got to understand, when you have an argument...
This is interesting.
When you
Yeah.
have an
You
argument...
like chloroform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack.
Perfect combination would be to be deaf and blind.
Well, what it is, with women, and this is...
Oh, right. Sorry, now you're generalising all of
this
that.
is a fact, is that with men, when you have an argument with your wife or your girlfriend, what happens is you'll find that you'll go away. What's his name again?
He's Jamie.
Jamie. What you'll find is you'll go away after a bit of a argument, and you'll cool down after a minute. And you'll stand there for a little bit. Then you make your way back at about the 5-minute mark. What happens is they peak as far as hate and anger is concerned, apparently at 8 minutes. So for a happy relationship, Jamie, if you have an argument, honestly, get your keys, hop in the car, drive somewhere, and just do whatever you can do for 2 hours. When you
Nah,
come back,
Jamie, I
hopefully
disagree.
it's hosed down.
Jamie, maybe don't argue in the first place.
That's right.
Just agree, mate.
Because Trisha's always right.
Yeah. She's the queen of rewriting history.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. They'll only believe what they want to believe.
Cooper, you take every leaf out of Matthew's book. You like a little parrot.
Yep.
Word dog.
Yeah, dog.
Well, talking about dogs, segue, don't interrupt this segue like you did every other one. The Dulux dog, we had a bit of feedback. He was from, what is it, Waltermandia? 5 minutes near Cowra. Waltermundra?
I don't know.
Is that a place?
I don't know.
Watermundra. That's right, Watermundra.
What, the original one
city?
used in the ad?
Yeah. So one of our listeners used to live near the Dulux dog in Watermundra, which is 5 minutes outside of Cowra. And unfortunately,
Cool.
he's passed away now.
I would think so.
No.
A
Sad
few.
story.
Rest in peace, old mate. He was an avid listener. No, he used to watch. I think it was a few years ago. He used to watch Dad's Channel 7 show. Apparently,
Yeah.
That's
That's what killed him. Do celebrity dogs get carried away with themselves? Do you reckon?
what like in terms of alcohol and stuff?
No. They
Party.
just sort of get ahead of themselves. You know, like
Get arrogant.
Yeah.
I think they would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mate.
What about like celebrity monkeys? Bubbles got pretty ahead of
Oh,
Oh,
himself.
didn't he
yeah.
what?
Monkeys really do.
What that shit that monkey would have seen over the years.
What other celebrity animals have there been in regards to as pets like that?
Or Mike Tyson's tiger.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if Lassie was a pet. I mean, it was probably belonged to somebody. Clyde from Any Which Way But Loose.
He was cool.
Mr. Ed, talking horse.
Matt Damon bought an entire zoo.
He did.
too.
He did. We bought a zoo.
Yes.
Is anyone interested in seeing Oppenheimer? I mean, everything I see is about it.
Jack's seen
That
it.
man up there's seen it.
Oh, did you see it, Jack?
I've seen it. Yeah.
And
Me
thoughts?
Matty Croker, we're big film fans, and I loved it. I
Did
thought
you?
It was a great movie.
Because it's quite long, 3 hours.
Yeah, it's quite 3 hours. It's quite a like for a movie where there's a lot of like dialogue and talking. There's a lot of like it moves fast. Like you don't ever feel like it stops.
Okay.
Like there's not really periods where like it stops and you're like looking at your phone. Like I think we're pretty logged into it the whole time. It's a very good movie, but very from what I've read, it's very historically accurate. And some of the things will very much surprise people.
Jack,
Okay,
tell
maybe
me-
I will go and see it.
You spoke this to me. This is intriguing because we went to Hiroshima, the three of us here.
Yeah, we did.
You spoke about how they selected Hiroshima. It was going to be initially the old capital, which was Kyoto, but they moved it to Hiroshima. What was the reason?
It's banned in Japan. You can see why.
Oh, is it? The movie?
It's pretty. When you talk, they don't go into the more so the back end of the film. They go into sort of like what's right and wrong, whether they should do it, and But when there's scenes where they're in certain cabinets and they're talking to the higher ups and discussing, different locations where they were going to set off the atomic bomb. And yeah, it's pretty it's dark, like how how the actors sort of portray, whether it was like it or not, how they portray almost like it was like selecting. It's bizarre, like selecting their favorite ice cream flavor at a at an ice cream shop. It was pretty ruthless.
I'd imagine if you're in that type of role, you'd have to very much disconnect yourself from like any accountability for taking care of someone's life, because you're especially someone that's like pressing a button to fire a missile or pressing or releasing an atom bomb on someone. You'd have to emotionally disconnect yourself.
Deals with the creator of the atom bomb, right? And how it actually affects him. So you do see later through his life how it affects him?
Yeah. Robert Oppenheimer, It follows him throughout the whole movie, and it goes back and forth in some ways. You have to go see it yourself to understand.
Yeah, well, I will. You've sold it to me, actually.
It's a very good movie, and good actors too. Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, and Cillian Murphy
I
from
like him.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
He's a very good actor.
I
recommend it. I recommend it to people.
I read reading a book on when it happened. They said that the people the pilots who dropped the bomb had didn't have the full understanding of the enormity of what it was,
what they were doing.
Destruction. And they said they had it on the recording that when the bomb was dropped and things, like, can you imagine what would have happened, like how the sky just lit up and everything.
God.
He just, on the recording, says, "Oh my God, what have we done?" And when you go to Hiroshima, they got the museum there.
Yeah.
And it's a real tragedy, said in the museum, that still to this day people from Hiroshima get discriminated against because there's parts of people that think that there's still contamination there.
Yeah, the two locations they hit was Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
Man.
I think we found your expertise, Jack. Maybe we do a movie segment with you one day.
Do you know what? Yes, maybe we'll get the feedback on the carbonara. And
well, I'll listen to the listeners first. If they see me around town, you let me know that if you want to keep recipe of the week or not.
Yeah, just yell out of a car. Just go movie of the week or recipe of the week.
Are there any more upbeat tips? Anything that wants to no more talking about atom bombs or anything? Anyone got any tips before we wrap it up?
Look, the reviews that are coming out on the Bear Series 2 are unbelievable.
We haven't seen it yet,
that's the tip. Yep.
Yeah, nice. Well, thank you very much. Great podcast today, guys.
Good on you guys. Good on you, Coop. Well done, Jack.
I
Good on you,
kind of
Trish.
like your attitude towards me, Cooper.
Ooh.
And there'll be a discussion.
We'll settle
about
that over a succulent Chinese meal.
See you, Jack.